Harold here, Kings Club Casino, Kings Club Baccarat, for the professional player full time or as a side hustle. Your choice where you go with that, but not for fun and entertainment because we want to get in and get out with our money, our session profit total as quickly as we can, and then come back to play another day professionally. That's the whole point of it. Thanks for joining me on a Friday night. I'm going to show every secret tonight. I'm going to show you the whole thing. I'm going to play it, and it doesn't matter if I hit session goal once, twice, three times, four times, and then end up losing. It doesn't matter because if you hit the session goal one time, that means you won because that's the way we play it. So, going to show everything, all the secrets to it. This is King's Banker, two or more with two, one or two chances to win the particular sequence. Bill Lotta's here. He's been killing it. Welcome, Bill. JP Stevenson's on board. Good evening, my friends. Coming on in. All the friends I know and anyone else who wants to tune in tonight, you're welcome to be here in the kingdom. The kingdom is a nice, warm, and comfortable place to be where we're all friends and we work for the same things. Frank St. Alban. I am back. You'll hear the lisp in my voice because I'm trying to get used to these dentures and usually got a little lisp for a while. So that's what they tell me, and I can hear it too. So we'll just go on with it. And I also have had my first examination and evaluation for my cataract surgery. So that's going to be coming up soon. Um, so looking forward to being able to see well, being able to eat and enjoying life again. It's one of those things about, man, I tell you, getting old ain't for sissies. I got some folks in this kingdom too who could speak to that. Some people in this kingdom are more experienced than me with what aging does to you, but we're still here and the brain is still working good. So glad to have everybody here. I'm going to show everything tonight. I'm going to do King's Banker two or more. It doesn't matter how many, it just matters that the trigger is when the banker finally hits. Hey, Gil, good evening. Trish Graves, I am back. And I am feeling much better, Trish. It was, truthfully, I mean, having those extractions and having this plate stuck in my mouth, it was a little bit of a work to get through these past few days. But I managed to only take one pain pill. I'm really happy about that. I had to take one the first day when all of the sedation wore off. I was in yikes land, and I took one pill, and then managed to get into the next day, and I haven't taken any since. But I have been very seriously about the antibiotics every 6 hours and making sure I finish the bottle because I've heard horror stories about guys who got complacent and stopped taking the antibiotics. So I'm not going to do that. Chuck Ritter's in the house, and I'm almost afraid to ask Chuck, but I hope you did all right this afternoon. I know every trip to the casino is its own challenge. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Welcome, Kevin Sprouse. So, we're going to begin tonight, and I'm going to show everything. This is King's Banker two or more, is what I call it, and then two deep on how to play. Oh, we had a good time. Okay, that's good, Chuck. Listen. I'll start by saying this: my pursuit in all of the casino gaming was to find something that I could win 100% of the time and pass it on to as many people as wanted to know it. Because I don't like casinos, and I like people taking money out of the casinos, and that's really my sole motive. I'm not a guy who likes to go to casino for fun and games and entertainment. I take it very seriously, and I want to get my money every time, and I want everybody who knows me to get theirs. So we took a long and winding road to get here. We looked at blackjack for a while. We looked at roulette for a while, and we finally came to baccarat off of the roulette ideas of black and red. It worked very well today. Thank you, Chuck. That's really good news. Well, that's what led us to baccarat. Is there is no house. It's just a play of a player and banker, and so much depends on the bet. And of course, I rely on the bet as being the most important thing in any gaming. But one of the other things that you rely on is betting your session goal is your initial bet. So if you win your session goal, you win that bet the first time, you're done. You've made your money, and you don't put any more risk in it. But with our betting style, even if you lose the first bet and win the second, now you won again. And our betting style allows you to lose 4 and then win 2. And you can win 40% of your hands at Baccarat and be profitable. You can't be at 35%. If you catch that particular night where the planets align against you, and I can tell you what it looks like when they align against you. And that's one of the reasons this is King's Banker and not King's Player. Hey, Alan Wander. This is King's Banker because the banker does have about a 1% edge over the player. Over time, it's going to come out that way. And sometimes in a short time, the banker wins overwhelmingly. But sometimes in a short time, the player wins overwhelmingly. And so, because we're playing King's Banker, if we catch one of those shoes where the player wins a far overrepresented time, it's going to be very hard to win it. And that's why I'm almost having to adjust myself and say, okay, I can play so that I'm going to win every time I go play. But there is also always in the game, there's that chance that you're going to get a 60% player only returns. And if you get a 60% player only returns, it's going to be very hard for you to win that session. Now, if you've got the revenue, if your bankroll's big enough, you're going to continue to persist and you will eventually get it. But in the meantime, if you get a really largely overrepresented player group, it's not going to work out that particular time. So I think we're at about a 95%. Hey, Red Fox, how you doing, buddy? Um, I think if you find yourself at about a 95% rate of win right now, now I'm going to keep working on it to try to get that other 5 because there's all kinds of things that are still yet to be explored. But overrepresentation of player is the thing that goes. Now we begin with the baseball bet. Speaking of baseball, tonight my bet was to bet on the Red Sox to win at least one game of this series, and the Martingale beginning Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 3-game series. They're playing the Astros. That's a pretty evenly matched games. But I'm betting that the Red Sox are not going to get swept at home the same way I do every weekend. And so we won every weekend, and we're hoping to win this weekend too. And of course, it takes the pressure off if they can win that very first game. But we're going to start now, and we're going to play for a $200 session win. Now, if I win the 200, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep playing anyway because I want to show every aspect of this. This is King's Banker 2 or more that is set up with the trigger when you have 2 or more players followed by one banker. Then you're going to bet that the banker will repeat at least one time over the next 2 hands. If you lose 2 hands, you wait for the next turn. If you win 1 hand, wait for the next turn. If you win on the second hand, you wait for the next turn. And we're going to D'Alembert this thing. That's the way we're always going to do it. We're going to play $50 units. We're going to play up 4 units, meaning equal to our bet, equal to our session goal, $200. And we're going to go down 3 after wins. If we have to do that, we'll go down 150. And I usually want to start with the bet of the baseball bet, saying that we're going to play the banker at least 3 times. But I'm going to drop the martingale of it because you actually have a martingale on your second bet anyway. If we win the first one, we're out. We got our win. If we lose the first one and then we go up 4 units, well, that's actually a martingale, although it's not. It's simply going up 4 units. If we win the second one, we're good to go. If we lose the second one, I'm not going martingale again. I'm going D'Alembert. I'm going to go straight up another 200. And if we win that one, well, we broke even and we can sit back and begin our game. I also want to show you that when you lose a sequence, it means that when you had the 2 or more player bets followed by a banker win, and now you're betting that the banker repeats. If you get 2 more player wins, that means you lost that particular sequence. And it will look on the big road like 2 players, 1 banker, 2 players. You notice the 2 players there, even though you just lost 2 times in a row. When you get the banker again, that's another trigger. So you can get back in your betting really quickly after a loss because it set it up 2 players, 1 banker, 2 players. So hey, Dizzy Rizzy, I love it. This is not blackjack. Nobody plays blackjack, Dizzy Lizzy. I'm going to tell you, the only people that play blackjack are out there, and I'm going to talk about some of them. Like John Sarasani is one who runs a channel where he solely plays blackjack, and I appreciate the guy, and he's a lot of fun, but he's not winning at blackjack, and he wins every now and then, particularly once that he videos. But if I watch a guy who claims to be worth $100 million, and he's betting $200 on a hand. Well, he's not really worth 100 million. He's not winning a lot at blackjack. He's putting on a channel, and since he's got millions of followers, he's making his money off of his channel. And I don't fault him for that. He gets free rooms in the Wynn and all that stuff, and it's fun. But he is another evidence of a guy that is pretending to be winning at blackjack when actually you will, if you're a really good card counter and if you're really tight how you're playing blackjack, you can win like 1 out of 3 sessions, but you're not going to win 2 out of 3. And the simple reason is this: you always have to make your hand first. And that is the biggest swing. Don't believe those things where the casino says the casino's edge in blackjack is 1.28%. It's not anywhere like that. When you can walk through a casino any night you want, and every blackjack table, every player is losing. Now, that's not a 1% edge at all. And the reason they're losing is, first off, you got to make your hand first. Secondly, all the varying doubles and splits are just a road to hell. You're putting yourself right into painting yourself right in a corner. So I can talk about blackjack forever. I can tell you how I would play it if I played it. I can give you the strategy on blackjack that'll give you the greatest chance, and it has nothing to do with that so-called basic strategy. I'll tell you that right now, nothing to do with it. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a game that we can beat. So we're gonna be playing baccarat, and we're gonna start our game right now. This has just been a fresh shuffle. There's nothing on the screen, so we're gonna bet $200 on the banker to start. And stick with me, and we're gonna show varying things here. And if I make a mistake, one of my sharp guys out there is gonna send me a note. But this is just going to be a little bit of a session, so we show some things. This is going to be 1 bet on banker, 2 bets on banker, or 3 bets on banker to start it off. This is what I call the baseball bet start, except we're not going to martingale into that 3rd bet. So here we go with $200 on the banker. And with that loss, we're going to go to $400. That's up 4 units. It looks like a martingale, but it's actually up 4 units. And there's the win. As you can see, we're up $180 right now. This is time to walk. We made our session. 200 is the session, but after the commission, we cleared $180. We played 2 hands. And this can happen to you a whole lot of times in the casino. Now, if you go into the casino with a very low bankroll and you begin playing with $25 or $10 and you want to sit there and just fight it out and try to win $200, well, you're going to be there a long time, and the odds are going to be a little bit against you to do that. Even if you're playing perfectly King's Banker, you have a much better chance to win your session goal if your first bet is the session goal and your basic unit of bet is the session goal. So, hey, all right, I got some more folks in here. Eggshell and my friend Corey Jensen. Hey, Corey, how you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard. I'm back. I got my dentures in. I've had my checkup for my cataract surgery, and I'm going to have it done in 2 increments coming up in the next 2 weeks, and then I'll be finished. So, welcome, Eggshell. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so we're up $180, and I'm not going to stop here. We're going to play the King's Banker. We don't have a trigger yet. The trigger is 2-player wins followed by 2-player wins or more, followed by a banker win. Yeah, thanks, Glory. Hey, Green Shark, welcome. Yeah, we're back. If the first day was Monday, the second day Tuesday, it was still hurting. Wednesday was killing me. Thursday started to turn a little bit of a corner, and today is better than yesterday, and so we're moving right along. And so we hope to do good things. All right. Hey, Eggshell. Hi, buddy. Okay, so we got no bet now. This is where we're sitting out. This is why you got to play with more people at the table. Now we got banker a little strict. We got to have 2-player wins at the very least, and we'll see how this looks. More banker wins. Well, it's just like I was doing at South Point Casino in Henderson, Nevada. I was just sitting there and I would wait for my turn. We got 1-player win there. And the banker got reduced to a tie. Banker had it 1, but he had to take a card, so he got reduced to a tie. So I think we have 2 players here. So what we have to wait now on, no matter how many players win here, we're waiting on the single banker win. That's our trigger. So we're still watching, but we do have our setup. We got 2-player wins. And another tie, still 2-player wins. And there is the banker win. That's what that looks like. This is what I was saying earlier. So if this loses, what's going to happen is there's going to be a player here and a player here, right? And that means you lost 2 bets and we're not going to bet again. But it also means we're set up for a new bet. Any banker win and we've got a new bet. So when you are playing this and you lose, meaning 2 or more players hit here, be on your toes because you've got a bet coming again. Anytime there's 2 or more player wins, you've got a bet coming because as soon as that banker thing hits, we got it coming. So now we won at $200. So I am supposed to go down 3 units to $50. Now I know we paid out 180, but we rounded up. So this bet is a Dell & Bear. After the first win at 180, which is what you can see right there. So now we're going to bet $50 on the banker. That's down 3 units. And there it is. This is King's Banker 2 or more. Okay, so here we go. We got our second and final bet. We got to go up 4 units. That's 4 units of 50. So that means this is $250 bet on the banker. And the tie repeats at the same bet. And there's the win. And there's the amount we're up. We were up 180 before. Now we're up 368. There. We bet 250. So our next bet is going to be down 3 units. I'm trying to keep this in my head as I'm going. So 250 down 3 units. That takes us down $150 to a $100 bet is the next bet. But this is what it looks like now. So now we're going to have this again. We got to have 2 player wins. And then we're going to make a $100 bet on the banker. We're always going to bet the banker. Nicole Morton is here. How you doing? We are back in the house, aren't we, with King's Banker. Okay, so we got 1 player win. We got 2 player wins. So now we're waiting on our trigger. Our trigger is a single banker win. The players won 3. That's fine. We don't care how many wins. We're looking for the banker win. And there it is. So we had this King's Banker 2 and more. There's 3. Our bet is $100 that this banker will repeat in the next 2 hands. $100. We're trying to leverage that 1% edge that the banker has. And if you want to think about it mathematically, after the 3-player streak, maybe that 1% is more like 4 or 5%. But it's never going to be 90% that one way or the other is going to come in. Okay, let me see what we've got a $100 bet we're going to make. But Green Shark said, patience is crucial, Green Shark. That's why we had patience as the 3rd tenet of our algorithm. Patience, then discipline. And we've got to have all 4 tenets there. And congratulations to you because you demonstrated it. And that's the kind of way that a professional plays it. Oh yeah, Chuck, you're right. If I'd bet 250, you go down to $100. You bet 159. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're all set. I'm going to go ahead and bet 100 though, Chuck. So I'll put $100 out here. I'm just going to try to keep it at rounded numbers. Chuck had another good day at the casino. He's been doing well, and that's what we like to see. So there's that win. So now we're up $558. I do want to continue on. Let's see if we can make one more sequence here. So that was $100. So Chuck, tell me how much you mean to bet here, because it doesn't matter, because we will just start a new sequence. That was 100. We are going to get ourselves 2 players, and we're going to do one more sequence here. I'm going to let Chuck Ritter tell me how much to bet starting this next sequence. So there is 1 player win. Bet 50. See, there's your discipline right there. That's why Chuck Ritter wins in a casino. The riverboat gambler from Wisconsin, Chuck Ritter. So we got one player win now. We're looking for one more. All right, so we got it. So now we're looking for a trigger bet. Got to have a banker win for a trigger. That's a banker win. We're going to bet $50. This is up 4 units of 50, down 3 units of 50. We went down to 100. You can't go any lower, so we went to $50. There's $50 on the banker. Now we get to go. This bet here is 250. This is the D'Alembert, up 4 units. And there is the beauty of the D'Alembert bet when it's matched up with the King's Banker algorithm, 2 or more, triggered by the banker, betting that one of the next 2 bets will come up banker. You can see we won $746 tonight. We're at 290 cards right there. So we started at about 406. So we had roughly 116 cards dealt to make $746. I'm going to come back tomorrow night. I'm back in good health, and I'm going to come back tomorrow night and do this again. I thank all of you for joining. We are showing the professional baccarat. We are not here for entertainment. We're here to take money from that terrible place, the casino. And everybody else can go in there and throw chips around like they're having a good time and enjoy themselves. Casinos love those guys. Casinos do not like these guys like me and you guys that walk in there quietly, seriously, take our money and leave. But a lot of times they don't even see us because we're so quiet about it. And that's what I like to be. Let's be anonymous. Let's go in and get our money and leave. Let's go in a place like the Palms that has 12 baccarat tables. Walk around. Get ourselves a big road view that is in our favor. And let's get that money and leave. Thank you, Green Shark. Glad to be back. Glad to see all of you guys. And we are going to continue moving forward. And we'll be back tomorrow night. Hit me a like on the way out. All of you, my friends, thank you for joining. Trish Graves, thank you so much. I am feeling better, and you can see the only thing about me is I got this little bit of a lisp, but I always comes up with ways for everybody to laugh at me anyway. So thanks, Gil Rary. Appreciate it. All of you, give me a like on the way out. I will see you tomorrow night, and let's keep working this to well. Everybody knows why we're playing King's Banker. I think we're at about a 95% favorite to win every session. There is that one when the planets align against us and gets nothing but player wins, that can be a struggle. But that's in the 5% group, and we're hoping that 5% hits when we're not at the table. We want the 95% to hit when we're at the table. Thanks again. Like me on the way out, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.